Hi there, beautiful souls. Welcome back, or welcome to The Hawk and I. My name is Lana Zelinsky, and I work in the spirit dimensions. As always in all my videos, simply take what resonates, and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. I had a very interesting start to my day. I woke up to the sound of a child singing. It was very faint at first, and I wasn't sure in that moment if the singing was actually coming from inside of my house or if I was hearing it solely in the spirit dimensions. So I just lied there a few moments listening to this sound, the magical voice of a little person singing nursery rhymes and some childhood songs. And as I laid there, I began to smell coffee. And I thought to myself, I know I didn't set the coffee maker timer because I don't really have to get up at a specific time today. And I questioned it for a moment, or did I? Did I set the timer? And then I looked at the clock and I thought, no, there's no way. This isn't the time that I would have set the timer to. It's pre-programmed to go off at a much earlier time when I have to get up for work. So as I laid there kind of filling up with excitement because I thought, ooh, this is going to be a very interesting spirit-guided day. I can smell coffee that I didn't turn on, and I can hear a child singing, I think from the spirit dimensions. Maybe it's in my house. Maybe I'll go and find out. So I gathered myself up, made my way downstairs to the coffee maker, excited that somebody, whether it be spirit or living people, have made me a coffee. I look around, nobody's up, pour myself a cup of coffee, and as I turn my body to face the counter, the island part of my kitchen, there sitting on the edge is a little boy singing his heart out. I mean, just giving her, singing nursery rhymes and childhood songs and, just like pouring his heart out. It was one of the cutest things I think I've ever woken up to. Now, I just sat there with my cup of coffee at the edge of the counter and just listened. I just listened to him sing. And he paused at one point and looked me straight in the eye and began to sing, "Happy birthday. Happy birthday to me." Now, it's not my birthday, but he was singing happy birthday to me. So I asked him, "Today your birthday?" And his face lit up and he said, "Yes, today is my earthly birthday. I would have been turning 10. 10's a big number." And I'm remembering my own daughter when she turned 10, very proud to go 2 digits, and remembering my own childhood turning 10 and what a big deal that was. He then began to tell me a bit of his story. His name was Liam, and he passed at the age of 5 from a childhood cancer. And every year, his family does a celebration for his birthday, his earthly birthday, but also a celebration of the anniversary of his passing. And he worded it like that. It's a celebration of my passing. They honor the time that they had me here in the physical world with my birthday. And I left the physical world exactly 1 week after my 5th birthday. So my family celebrates the 5 years that I was here with them. And I paused my thoughts and I thought, ooh, this is incredible. This is a magical way to be starting my day. To hear a tradition from his family is absolutely incredible to have a spirit share with you. Then he became a little bit more serious. He said, "Now, this is where you come in." and he was like really serious. His face went from singing and smiling to really serious. He said, "Lana, every year at the celebration of my birthday and the celebration of the years that they had me in the physical world, I show up and I do everything possible to try and get their attention, to show them that I'm with them. And every year at the end of the celebration, my family kind of questions if it was real. They question if, maybe they're reading into things and that they're just clinging on to the possibility that there really is a spirit dimension. So I'd like you to come to my birthday party. And I'm thinking, okay, here's where it is. Here's where we're going today. This is going to be interesting to see how it all unravels. But not only did he ask me for my attendance at his birthday party, he also asked me to help plan it. Help plan the party. But the party's today. So I'm sure it's quite well planned and thought out. But I trust and I allow, and I just followed Liam's guidance and suggestions. And he sent me on a little bit of a treasure hunt. You see, Liam was a collector, like a lot of 5-year-old little boys are, but he was a collector of some very interesting Pokemon cards. Now, I don't know much about Pokemon cards. It wasn't really a thing in my household, so I wasn't quite sure what they were, where to find them, and away I went with Liam on search for Pokemon cards. Now, luckily, they aren't too hard to find. I found them at a local dollar store. But Liam was picky on the Pokemon cards that he wanted me to get. They had to be very specific cards. I don't know all the names of the characters, so I just was told they had to be very specific Pokemon cards. And as I took different cards off of the rack, I would get a hard no. Those aren't the cards. Those aren't the cards. That one's the card package. So this went on for a little bit. 3 stores later, I had the correct Pokemon cards. So now what do? In my vehicle I go. Liam's in the back. And I've got my Pokemon cards on the passenger seat. And I'm driving towards my home. I don't know where else to go. When Liam directs me to pull over at a park that is en route, not so much near my home, but en route to my home. And I am directed out of the vehicle with my Pokemon cards, and I'm instructed to leave a specific card at a specific location in the park. So I leave a Pokemon card underneath, like right underneath a slide. And I'm really not quite sure what this is all about, but I leave the Pokemon card under the slide. Back in my vehicle I go, heading back home into another direction, and I'm asked to stop at a Dairy Queen. Into the Dairy Queen I go with my Pokemon cards. I'm directed over to a specific table. Leave the Pokemon card under the table. Interesting, yeah? I leave the Dairy Queen, and back in my vehicle I go, and I'm heading back home when I'm asked to stop at a library, like a community center library. And out of the vehicle I go, and this time I'm directed to leave the card underneath a desk in the library. Now I'm noticing a bit of a theme. Everything is going underneath. And I thought, this is really interesting. Oh, I'm not going to question it. It's not mine to question. This is what Liam wants. This is what we're going to get. I then am directed to head even closer to my home and to stop at a mailbox, probably about maybe 4 blocks from where I live. And underneath the mailbox, I leave a Pokemon card. Now, I still have several Pokemon cards in my hand, but I'm instructed that now's a good time to go home. Okay, so I can figure out that based on the number of Pokemon cards in my hand, this mission isn't complete yet. But home I go. Home I go, and it's a little bit of radio silence from Liam. And I'm kind of like, where'd you go, little buddy? Where'd you go? And, I just knew, based on the Pokemon cards that it wasn't it wasn't complete yet, but on with my morning that I went on and doing some channeling and some writing, and lo and behold, at the edge of the couch is Liam with that look on his face, and he says, okay, it's time to go back out. So back out we go. It's I thought for a moment, I wonder if I should be charging spirit gas. But anyway, back out we go, and I thought, well, we're on another adventure. And this time I'm directed to a trail that was a little bit away from where I live. I just felt really pulled to go to this trail that runs along the river. And the rest of the Pokemon cards were left along the trail. Again, very low to the ground. Nothing at eye level. And I really wasn't understanding why he wanted them so low. Now, as I got near to the end of the trail, after the last Pokemon card was put down, I noticed in the tree a banner and some balloons. And I thought, oh, this is interesting. This is really interesting. So I find a spot to have a seat, because I can tell that somebody has gone through a little bit of trouble to set this up. There's got to be something happening here, and I already know it's Liam's birthday, and I've got birthday balloons and a banner. And interestingly enough, the banner was just white. There was nothing on it. It was like a homemade banner, but it was just white. So I have a seat, grateful that I brought a bottle of water, and I'm waiting and hanging out, talking with Liam, wondering when something's going to happen. And then I hear a happy birthday song being sang. In the distance, I can hear it. And as it got louder, the birthday song was just repeating as they walked down the trail. And that kept repeating. And as I got closer, it got louder. And it was, happy birthday, dear Liam. Happy birthday to you. And there was a small gathering of people that made it to the balloons and the banner. And the banner got taken down, and everybody had a variety of things. Some people had some paint, it's like spray paint, and some people had markers, and they all wrote a message about what has happened in the last year in their lives since he passed. And I thought that was incredible. They were sharing, this happened, or they would draw a picture of something. Some people brought pictures that they had already made, and they were attaching it to this banner to kind of share with Liam what's been happening in their lives. Now, I'm just observing, trying not to be intrusive, and I stand up and kind of take a step closer. And I noticed something very interesting. Several of the people that were there were wearing Pokemon t-shirts. I thought, oh, here we go. Here we go. So I got a little bit closer, and I could see a woman that just had the vibration. I just knew it was Mom. I just knew. And she was holding the Pokemon cards that Liam and I had put out. So I made my way a little bit closer, and I introduced myself. Now, I had left every single Pokemon card out. I had left them all out. I followed Liam's instructions to a T, okay? I left them all out. Every package that we opened, every card got placed exactly where he wanted. Now, she looked at me, and I introduced myself, and I said, "Oh, I'm not imposing on your birthday celebration." And I said, "I've had your son with me today." And she kind of got that look, and fair enough. Sometimes I don't always choose the best wording. And right at my foot, she looked down and she goes, "Oh my God, there's a Pokemon card on your shoe." And I looked at her and I said, "Well, Liam had me out with Pokemon cards today, and he gave me specific locations to leave them for you, and I see that you found them." And she said, "In every one of those locations that I found," and she's bawling, like just tears streaming down, "in every single one of those locations was a very special place that we visit every single year on the anniversary of his birthday and the anniversary of his passing. We celebrate it together." She filled in the blanks of that story. And she said, every single year we visit all those special places. The park. He loved the slide. the library, the Dairy Queen, the ice cream place, his favorite place. That card was found exactly where he loved to sit, his favorite table. That trail was a trail that the family went every single weekend with nice weather that they hiked on. I asked her, I said, do you know why they were so low? How did you ever find them? And she just turned a little bit and she pointed, and she just pointed over there. And there was the cutest 3-year-old I've ever seen. They had another baby. They had a little boy, and all the cards were found where his brother could find them. It was absolutely incredible. It was absolutely profound. We stood there, and she was very open to what I do. She was very open to mediumship. I stood there and shared my adventures, and she said to me, thank you. Because every year when we reach this banner with Liam's, you know, to update Liam on the events of the year, every year I know we get signs, and every year I question them. Every year. And she gave me the biggest hug, and she just thanked me and thanked Liam for going through such effort to really bring her validation. Oh, it was so awesome. I do hope you enjoyed my little story on Liam. As always, love, light, blessings, and a spirit guided day.